There's a walled citadel from where the Spanish ruled their Eastern Empire for centuries. Baroque churches and packed crazy markets, but might be the wrong side of aromatic, but are obligatory all the same. And insulated from the chaos and choked streets are some of the largest malls anywhere in the world, of such mind-bending proportions that you'll feel like you're in a whole other town. Welcome to Things to Do channel, your online travel guide. We're happy to help you on your travels around the globe. Be sure to subscribe and don't forget to ring the bell to be updated on our latest videos. Here are 8 things to do in Manila. Step back in time in Intramuros. The oldest part of the city is all there was of Manila before the 20th century. It is a tight grid system contained by sturdy 16th and 17th century walls, and is a big contrast to the high-rise cityscape around it. This was the capital of the Spanish East Indies from the 16th century to 1898, and has the appropriate churches, courtyard palaces, and administrative buildings in beautiful colonial architecture. Like many old colonial settlements, Intramuros has the strange feeling of a European city center far from Europe. Discover Chinatown. At first glance, Manila's Chinatown doesn't seem like much of a tourist spot. It is noisy, a bit run down, and the traffic is often in gridlock. But it helps to remember that there has been a Chinese trading presence in the region since the 800s. And this quarter, known as Binondo, grew as a neighbouring town for the oppressed Hokkien Chinese immigrants and their descendants throughout the Spanish colonial era. The best way to see it is from a jeepney or calesa. Explore Yala Museum. In Makati, there's a museum about the Philippines' art, ethnology, and archaeology in the large, air-conditioned former stock exchange building. There are 6 main permanent exhibitions, dealing with traditional Filipino maritime vessels, embroidered silk worn by the Philippines' 19th century elite, porcelain as a legacy of 1,000 years of trade with China, and works of art from the 19th and 20th centuries, from artists like Fernando Zobel and Juan Luna. Walk around Manila Bay Walk. The waterside promenade on Manila Bay is special in the evening, when you can go watch the sun go down. Those gleaming waters were the scene of the Battle of Manila Bay between the United States Navy and Spain in 1898, which ended in a decisive American victory and brought the curtain down on the more than 300 years of Spanish rule. The Bay Walk is 2 kilometers from the American Embassy down to the cultural center of the Philippines, and has a line of palms buffering it from the busy Rojas Boulevard. Have fun at Videoke. Manila is a musical kind of place, and if you end up at a videoke or karaoke bar on an evening, you'll work this out for yourself. These night spots can be found all across the city, including the more upscale neighborhoods around Greenbelt. Some are large halls where only the most daring and talented will be able to get up and sing in front of a crowd. But if that sounds like a nightmare to you, there are lots of venues that have group rooms where you can embarrass yourself in front of your friends only. Try the infamous jeepney. Do this while you still can, as legislation has been passed in 2017 to remove these aging hulks from the road. Jeepneys, buses adapted from American Jeeps in the 20th century, and painted in garish colors. They are as big a part of Manila's identity as the yellow cab in New York or double-decker bus in London. When you get on, you often have to ask other passengers to pass your fare to the driver, or you have to shout when you want to get off. Eat at Pasay Seafood Market. This is a heaving market near the Mall of Asia, set along tight aisles where stalls are piled with shrimp, lobster, langoustine, crab, mussels, and all sorts of fish from tuna to blue marlin. There's a neat custom where you buy what you want from these stalls and then take it to the restaurants outside the market to prepare it to your taste. This can be a pricey way to dine, but you'll be reassured that the produce is as fresh as can be, and you can spread the cost out if you're in a big group. Gawk at the arts at the National Museum of Fine Arts. On the east side of Rizal Park, this museum has paintings and sculptures by the most prominent Filipino artists in the 19th and 20th centuries. Among them are Juan Luna, Fernando Zobel, and Felix Hidalgo. who represented a wave of Filipino art that swelled as the country was pushing for independence from Spain. That is the context for the museum's showpiece, the Spolarium by Juan Luna. This painting from 1884 won the gold medal at the Exposición Nacional de Bellas Artes in Madrid, and its symbolism showing dead gladiators being dragged away from the circus was not lost on Jose Rizal.